You've probably heard about Susie Wiles, President Trump's chief of staff. In a recent Vanity Fair interview, she described the president, who's famously a teetotaler and doesn't drink at all, as having an alcoholic's personality. She meant that he had that intense all or nothing drive, like there's nothing that he can't do. Trump actually agreed, saying he's often described himself as having an obsessive and addictive type personality, and he's glad that he never drank because it might have led to problems. This has sparked a huge conversation online about what an addictive personality really means, especially when someone can have those traits without ever touching alcohol or drugs. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, because I get it deeply. I don't have a problem with alcohol, drugs, gambling, or porn, but I've battled an eating disorder in my younger years, and I've had anxiety as a constant shadow. That relentless worry, overthinking, the need to feel like everything's in control in order to feel safe. For years, I felt broken, like something was wrong with me. Why couldn't I just relax or just eat like a normal person? Then I discovered a 12-step program, and it changed everything. It gave me hope, tools, and a community and peace that I never thought was possible. Today, I want to share why addiction isn't just about bottles or pills. It's about anything we use to cope, control, or escape, even if it's food or work or worry or perfectionism. And most importantly, there's real freedom on the other side. Let me back up and tell you my story. In my teens and early 20s, food was my battleground. I'd restrict, binge, and obsess over calories. It consumed much of my focus. I had this unrealistic idea of what I needed to look like in order to be acceptable or even to be loved. And I had a very distorted view of how I looked. Anxiety hit hard too, catastrophizing and imagining the worst. I was sure that my fears were facts and that terrible things were going to happen. I thought that I was crazy, mentally unstable, or a candidate for a mental hospital. In a given year, up to 40 to 50% of all adults might show some signs of addictive behavior when you include things like food, shopping, exercise, or work, not just drugs and alcohol. The brain wiring can be similar. Craving relief, chasing that hit of control, then crashing into shame. So when Susie Wiles talks about an alcoholic's personality without the alcohol, she's touching on something real. Trump himself has said that he's channeled that intensity into work and success, luckily not into substances. It's a reminder. These tendencies show up in all kinds of ways. For some, it's ambition on steroids. For others like me, it's food restriction or spiraling anxiety. But labeling it as a personality can make it feel limiting, like you're doomed. The good news? It's not a life sentence. That's where 12-step programs come in. And yes, they work wonderfully for non-substance issues. I found a group using the same principles as AA, but they welcomed any person who was struggling and needed help. The steps: admitting powerlessness over the compulsion, turning it over to a higher power, inventorying your problems, making amends, and then helping others. It wasn't about willpower. It was about surrender, community, and daily tools. Since mine was a faith-based program, it was about turning my problems over to Jesus. In Matthew 11:28, he says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Jesus has helped me through my problems when I let him. And miracles happened. The eating disorder grip loosened, anxiety became more manageable, and I'm much nicer to the people that I live with, because I'm not wound up all the time. If you're resonating with this, whether it be food or worry or perfectionism, know that you're not broken. You're human and recovery is possible. So if the addictive personality buzz has got you thinking about your own struggles, Take heart. Explore a 12-step meeting. There are many online meetings and anonymous ones as well. Talk to someone. There's hope beyond the compulsion. You don't have to carry it alone. Drop in the comments, have you ever experienced addiction that was outside of substance abuse or found healing in 12 steps? If this helped, hit like and subscribe for more talk on faith, hope, recovery, and freedom. You are loved, you are enough, and freedom is waiting. See you in the next one.